and say, because he is good and his mercy shall endure. Father, in the name of Jesus, we give you praise this afternoon. Lord, it is by your will that we have gathered here this afternoon. Lord, we commit students into your hands. We commit lecturers. We commit the heads of this program into your hands. We ask in the name of Jesus that your spirit shall come and take total preeminence over to this afternoon's program. We ask, oh God, that you shall cause everything to move smoothly. We pray in the name of Jesus that whatever the speakers will speak to us, we shall assimilate and understand it in Jesus' mighty name. Come and take your glory this afternoon in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you, Mr. PK, for this wonderful song. I wish I could sing it like you, but when you're in sorry. Next on the line, you have to know the purpose of this gathering. We can't just wake up one day, move around without any purpose. So we gathering here, we all believe there's a purpose. So I'll welcome Mr. Richmond to also give us the purpose of the gathering. Please let's give it up for him. Richmond.
All right, thank you, MC. Good afternoon. Oh, you are dull. Don't be dull. Good afternoon. I trust you are great. I'm great as well. Well, so Innovation Fair is all about, Theodore Levitt, a management guru, asserted that innovation is, a management guru, innovation is all about doing new things. Creativity is thinking new things, innovation is doing new things. We are here today because some people have done certain things in the field of innovation, and they are here to showcase to us what they've done with regards to this field. We believe that innovation is a fundamental bedrock for most thriving economies, and this fair is just to help you as students to spark the interest in you. For you to start doing something. It all starts with creativity. It all starts with thinking about something very creative and new. But we want to propel you to start, doing something great with regards to what you, began thinking about. So this program is just to spark the interest in you to be an innovator. We have in our midst, great personalities. I must say that Professor Frimpong Boateng, highly regrets not being here today. He has another equally important assignment of national call. That is why he's not here today. But then he will duly receive our reports with regards to this fair. He's a man so much in the field of innovation. He's a great, scientist and a doctor as well in the medical industry. So since it's a technical fair, not just anyone can present on the papers we've issued out. So we have highly technical people among us today who will be taking various sessions. We have a group from Internet of Things, Kofi Annan Center. We have our own past student, Duncan, here with us. And we have our Professor Sheila, we have our HODs, we have some lecturers also present. So I believe that you're going to have a great time. And the most important thing, you are not just here to have fun. You are here because you are a critical thinker. You are here because you believe that you can bring something new. You believe that you can bring something new. Internet of Things is going to wow you with some crazy, marvelous innovations in this field. So just keep your cool and have a great time. Thank you so much for granting me your audience.
Thank you very much, Richmond, for this welcome address. We are here to see some robots walking around. If you've never seen a robot before, today will be your first time. Let me see a smile. Please, if you have not brushed, please close it. I'm sorry. Thank you. Next on our list is director, but he's not around. So, or rather, we'll call our HOD for IT to give us something small to spice this program up. So let's welcome Dr.
Thank you very much. I want to welcome all of you to this first innovation fair in Dixon University. I must also thank the organizers for this program. I think they've really done well. Let's clap for them. Science and technology is ruling the world this time. Now, wherever you go, is science and technology. Most especially technology. Everybody is moving into what? Technology. And it's very, very important that we involve ourselves in technology. Today, I'm glad to see you involving yourself in technology. Whatever you've studied in the lecture room, you are now going to see its application. And from today, you know that we are not just teaching you only the theory aspect of it, but you also learn the practical aspect of the technology. Take advantage of what you are going to study today or learn today and ask a lot of questions so far as technology is concerned. I must again thank those who made this possible and also thank the students who have gathered here as well as the lecturers who have also come to support you. At the end of the day, you must come and show us what you studied in our lecture halls. When on Monday we will start our lecture, we will be asking questions so far as this is concerned. I believe that you will take good advantage of what is going on today and then learn a lot of the technology. A lot of our students are out there also doing wonders. And I think one of them is here. True or false? One of them is here. Okay, can I see him? Duncan. Wow, let's give him a clap. He is school. And you have many, many of them working. So at this juncture, I have to welcome all of you and wish you all the best. At the end of the day, the glory goes to our Lord Almighty God. Thank you. Amen.
Thank you very much, Doctor. If you're in the IT department or this school and you don't know this man, then I'm sorry. You're not here. Nah. This is Doctor. I mean doctor like somebody I said. This is Doctor. PUC Doctor. IT Doctor. He will shake you. He will elevate your GPA, I swear. Please, let's acknowledge our dignitaries around us. First, Professor Sheila from India. Best professor.
A very good afternoon, one and all present here. Can you hear my voice? Yes. Is it audible? Yes. Thank you so much. Actually, they gave the topic to discuss about the leveraging technology to help the national development. I am new to this country. If you knew the country, KNEW, I can talk about the development. But the word technology is there in the theme. Therefore, before starting the topic, just I want to show you why. how the technology help us. I am going to show with the help of our PUC students. Before the invention of technology, the two friends are talking.
Yeah, Daniel, how are you? How was lectures today? I didn't really like it though. Yeah. I didn't like what the lecturers were doing, like just pressure everywhere. Where's my phone? Oh.
In the beginning, it is not like a phone, any other things. If you are losing or if you are not keeping carefully, we missed it. We are not getting chance to get it back. After the invention of technology, after the invention of the camera, CCTV camera, how it is helping the people to identify the missed things. Just see.
Hello, Daniel. Charlie, how are you? Charlie. So, for today's lecture, Mr. Abel, that man, but it will grow. It will grow. God is there. So let's. I messaged you. Did you see it? Where's your phone? Oh, don't worry. Today there is an introduction of technology, so we can verify CCTV. Okay, so Nisi, you see what Nisi did to me? Hey Nisi, okay, let's go. I know a house, we can take it from there.
Thank you so much, guys. Just a simple thing, how the technology is helping. Always, if a new invention is there, both sides are there, like a coin, head and tail. Likewise here also, merits and demerits. According to the person, the technology is helping him to identify his mobile, who has taken. But according to the girl who has taken the phone, the technology is not helping her, isn't it? Depending on the technology, how we people are using the technology, in that way only it is giving the benefit, what type of technology. Now currently we are having the smartphone, that is a 4G. How many G do you know? How many G do you know? Yeah? 5G. Very good. There are 5 G's are there. I am not asking the alphabet A, B, C, D, how many G. This is the technology in the telecommunication field. How many G's are there? You are in which G? Really? How many of you are using 3G mobile? How many of you are using 4G mobile? How many of you are waiting to use 5G mobile? Okay, these all are the things just I am going to show you to people. I am not an expert to see how we are going to do likewise. In theory part, just I am going to show you some slides. What is this? What is IoT? What is the G? Anybody can tell, what is the G, letter G represent? G means what? 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G. Later when you become like us, you can invent 6 or 7G also, isn't it? Good. Now come to the point. What is the G letter represents? Simply we are saying, I am using 3G mobile, I am using 4G, I am waiting for 5G. All know the word, what is G? Very good, that is a generation. Isn't it? Now you are in which generation? We used to say I am 1980, that year generation. Because we don't want to mention our age in front of all. We are hiding the things. That's why we used to say we are 80s generation. We are 80s generation people. Then you are 2000 generation, isn't it? Okay, good. Now I am going to display some of the slides you see. Before moving to the slides, I want to show, my dear students, the person wants to become an expert or he wants to show his talent. No need the technology. If he has mind and if he has the dedication to show his talent, technology is one of the way to helping him to become a smart person, to become a popular person, to make him to invent a new invention. Now, I am going to show 2 videos. Before moving to the slides, I am going to display 2 videos. One video is representing the technology of 5G. Another one is also representing some technique with the help of some electronic things. How the person is using the technology. Just you see. First we will see that video. Just listen.
Which will dramatically improve internet speeds. For example, to download a 2-hour film on 3G would take about 26 hours.
Just to see, no need to listen the words. Picture you see, how he is speaking. He also using the technology, isn't it? Not 4G, 5G, his ideas. Like us, like you people, you don't want to remove your fingers from the touch screen always 24/7. Isn't it? If it is possible when you are attending the lecture will do the lecturing, but you can touch your finger with your screen. If your stomach is giving the feeling, I need something, feed me something, then if you type one thing, automatically the food will come, the bread will come, or the cool drinks or anything will come. Then you people never take your finger on the screen, isn't it? One of the technology, make it use it, smart it, and everybody will get it. This is the innovation, how you can apply in your country. Then, another thing is, in Japan, most of the restaurant, the people are using a robot to do the work. Have you heard, have you seen anything before? That also another video you see.
That is 4G, the mobile network that's used around the world to make calls That is 4G, the mobile network that's used around the world to make calls, send messages, and surf the web. Now, there are plans for 4G to be replaced.
This is the 5G. He didn't copy that video, I will show you. This is the 5G technology, how they are using.
World to make calls, send messages, and surf the web. Now there are plans for 4G to be replaced by, you guessed it, 5G, a new faster network that has the potential to transform the internet. 5G is a software-defined network. Replace cables entirely, it could replace the need for them by largely operating on the cloud instead. This means it will have 100 times better capacity than 4G, which will dramatically improve internet speeds. For example, to download a 2-hour film on 3G, on 4G you'd be waiting 6 minutes, and on 5G you'll be ready to watch your film in just over 3.5 seconds. But it's not just internet capacity that will be upgraded, response times will also be much faster. The 4G network responds to our commands in just under 50 milliseconds. With 5G, it will take around 1 millisecond, 400 times faster than a blink of the eye. Smartphone users will enjoy a more streamlined experience. But for a world that is increasingly dependent on the internet just to function, a reduction in time delay is critical. Self-driving cars, for example, require a continuous stream of data. The quicker that information is delivered to autonomous vehicles, the better and safer they can run. For many analysts, this is just one example of how 5G will become the connective tissue for the Internet of Things. An industry that's set to grow threefold by 2025, linking and controlling not just robots, but also medical devices, industrial equipment, and agricultural machinery. 5G will also provide a much more personalized web experience using a technique called network slicing. It's a way of creating separate wireless networks on the cloud, allowing users to create their own bespoke network. For instance, an online gamer needs faster response times and greater data capacity than a user that just wants to check their social media. Being able to personalize the internet will also benefit businesses. At big events like Mobile World Congress, for example, there is a mass influx of people in one particular area using data heavy.
Thank you. Now those people are in IT field. You heard the term network slicing. Have you noticed? The 5G compared with 4G, it is a speed and taking the time very less. That's why we are going to upgrade the 5G. In India, that is 2019, they are going to release 5G. Now, in your country also, the Airtel is tied up with some other company and they are going to provide 4G, isn't it? Now we are moving to the slides. I am showing the basics, how the things are going on. We have to know. Next slide. Next one. Yeah. This is word, technology. If I am asking you, technology, how will you define it? What is it? We cannot separate our culture with the technology. That's why they are telling technology has 3 elements. What are the elements? The first one, you have to say this one, tools and instruments. Then second one is knowledge. Third one is the culture. What we people are doing, we are separating the culture with technology. Only we are concentrating on the technology. Do you understand what I am telling? Always we have to stick on our culture. Is it important? Say something to me. Is it important? Our culture is important? We have to stick on it. Whatever technology is coming or going, we have to utilize our culture and the technology. Please, next one. Yeah, wait. In our human body, we are having some sensors. Why I am showing this slide means, after me, the person going to display something about IoT. He is showing some sensor, hardware device. Each device is performing one sensor. Automatically, the God created so many sensors in our human body. What are the sensors? See this one. Do you agree these all are sensor? Is it sensing? Which sensor is used for smell? Which is the sensor in our body to smell? Nose, very good. The next one. For taste. Good. For these things only the people are created the robotics. The current field, the current technology they are using, no? From this human sensor only they are developing programs with the help of sensor, sensing devices. Next one please. Yeah. See, how many of you know this currency? This is from Ghana currency only. The display is, because of my coloring, see here, this is the cities 20,000. Now today this is changed to 2 cities. My thought and my view is, I am not going to show the value of the currency. Just you see this currency, okay? Next. This is, see, not more than here. This is the 90s only. 1990. We are in 2018. Therefore, more than 20. That is how many years? How many century? How will you say? Decades. Okay? You ask your father, mother, your elder sister, Anna. Now see this currency. This is 5,000 cities. Now it is 50 paise. Paise or how will you pronounce that one? Next slide. See here. This is 200. Now 2 paise. Peswa. This all are 1990. 1990. Next one please. This is why. Hold on. Next one. Yeah. I also know this one because I am using. This is 10 and 20. Now my question is, what have you seen from this currency? In this currently, which one you are using? Your 5 leaders are there, isn't it? Some buildings are there because of historical building. The important person, the important leaders of this country. When you go back your previous currency, go back. See here. The first one is front page. Second one is the back side. Always currency or coin has 2 sides, head and tail. What you are seeing in it? What are they? The creature, the culture, isn't it? Move back. Backside. One more. Backward. See here. There is some history and story about that old man, senior man. If you don't know, just you go through. You must know the history of our country. Then only we can give respect to our culture. The next one, the children are studying. Therefore, based on this culture, they created, they developed the currency. The technology also there. Forward. Forward. Yeah. This is the development, evaluation of the mobile. See the first G, mobile. How many of you have the experience to see and use that mobile? First one, 1980s. That's why I told this year. We are that generation I told, no, in the beginning. I used that mobile. Now compare your generation. You are blessed one, isn't it? See the next one. 1990, after 10 years, the decade, the development. After this, then 2010, we are using the GSM technology. That is the 3G. GSM. Global System Mobile. Global System for Mobile Communication. GSM, CDMA, these all are some of the technology. We are not going inside deep. Now my question, now my thing is, you see, within this 2010 and 2020, we are going to reach 5G. Now we are 2010 beginning, not late. We are having the 4G, now 10, that is 5G. We are moving. Within this 10 years, how the technology is growing, improving. Next one, please. Now, this is the first G. That is the first generation of mobile. Then second one. Next. Yeah, this is the third. Now this is the 4G. This is 5G mobile. Okay, this all are the generation of the mobile based on the signal, analog or digital, and then speed and how it is using the data. We are varying and we are differentiating the generation of the mobile. Next one. I am not going to talk about the IoT because the person and expert is waiting to show the demonstration. Then you people will enjoy this demonstration with IoT. Therefore, I want to show my last 3 slides. Move back. Yeah, this one. Just you read it. That is enough for me. Next one, please. Next one. Thank you very much. I thank the team and members of this program to give me the opportunity to show my slides. Thank you once again.
Please, I see everyone is kind of dull, so I want to just spice you up. So please unlock your phone and get ready for this decade. I don't know what they are doing. I don't know the network doing, but it's an awesome year, is that. please, you can also do some. It's a credit, but you don't know the network, so I start 5414253045895850. Who got it? And this one is Flash G. Who got it, please? Fastest finger. Who got it? You. Last one. I try it again. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Action. Act begin. 5414253045895850. Who got it? How much? The system wants their credits, so I'll use it myself. Who got it? Who got it? How much? Please let's give it up for him. Let's give it up for him. Future hacker. Future hacker. So they brought there are others also on my table, so probably can get the rest. I don't know the networks though, but I can see yellow, I can see red. I don't know. Please let's acknowledge our dignitaries around. We have Professor Sheila who just gave us the wonderful video. Please let's give it up for her, Professor Sheila. Thank you once again. We have our members from Kofi Annan Center, the IoT community members. Please let's give it up for them. We have Consul Media Group giving us the wonderful shots. Please. And Rector Personal Assistant, Mr. Eric Watson. Please let me know. We also have a member from the Academic Registry, Grace Greedy. Madam Grace Greedy. And so our speaker is also in the building, Mr. Imano Afan Dodi. Please let me know for you. Thank you. Before we begin, or go to the next one point, let's fast. So please be *134*. Please I'm coming right number 1G. Are you ready? Are you ready now? Ready? *134*. Ready? Ready? You wait, you come back later. Please let's walk on. Let's walk on the rector's personal assistant to also give us a short word. Told me how pregnant is that.
Good afternoon. Okay, so Rector was supposed to be with you this afternoon, but something just came up, so he asked me to stand in instead. He was supposed to give you the welcome address, but having witnessed Professor Sheila's presentation, I've been going through the speech. I wonder what to say. Yeah, so just want to encourage you to take what you are doing here serious, because we are in an era where things are growing and you have to, you must be innovative to catch up with the trends that are happening recently. And as she's shown from her presentation, you see, I just remembered when my dad bought his first mobile phone. I used to help him carry it because it was very heavy. At those times, he had this waste pack where he puts the phone. And in my area, those times I never knew you could charge phones in your room, because there used to have the internet, we call it communication centers. So you just call Eric, go and charge my phone for me at the communication center. So I'll just carry the phone and I'll run to the place. But later when I realized that you could even charge your phone in your room, Yeah, so in those times too, when someone receives a call, you have to call, go and call Mr. this and that from house number this. Then someone will just run from the communication center to your house. If you delay, by the time you get there, the person might have hung up. Then there came the phone booth. Yeah, after phone booth, then also MTN came out with the space to space. Then from space to space, I think those times I was at the university, so I could experience those things. Then after space to space, I remember when I was in level 200, I was able to buy my first phone. It was a Siemens. And I don't know, I kept it till now. And now I go back and I just look at this. The screen was orange. So I'm just wondering how things have changed. Now they say touch screen. When even the touch screen came, people were wondering, people have difficulty accepting new things. Those who are very innovative mostly catch up with the trends. So even before the touch screen came, the BlackBerry came with the pink. So people were all on it, BlackBerry. So as with what I'm saying, you realize that things change. And in the next 5-10 years, I mean, standing here talking to you, and there wouldn't even be any need for speakers because things would have changed. Yes. So I want to, let's say, appreciate the organizers for what you've done. I'm not sure if it's an annual thing you do. If it's not, I want to encourage you to do it every year. Because having an innovation fair, something that, when I was at the University of Ghana, I didn't see anything like that. So I want to commend the organizers. Then also, I think the organizers are RASSAM initiative in collaboration with Braintech and the SRC. Then I want to acknowledge the presence of Dr. Kwabin. He's the HOD, the IT department. I've seen Mr. Beko is here. So let's give it up to them. Because you have your lecturers to support you, it means there's something good in what you are doing. These days, most people complete school and they are like, I don't have a job to do. So I think with this thing that you guys are doing, is to just break your mind that you don't just need to wait for someone to employ you. You can be innovative. Now you can just create a website, go to Facebook, create a page. Just have to get, even if you have no handiwork, just get someone who is into maybe sewing of items for children. Just create a Facebook page for yourself. You can market it. So now there is an avenue. There are so many ways where you can make money, but you need some of these knowledge, like some of these events, to get to know what to do. And so I'm happy that people from the Kofi Annan will just open up our eyes. So I want you to just be ready. Just make sure you don't leave here the same, right? If it's a church, I would have said amen. Yeah, so make sure you don't leave here. But no one encounters the Lord and goes back the same. And then my short speech, which is not so structured, I want you to think of these things. So these questions: what impact would these technologies have on you? And how can you be innovative in overcoming challenges that we face these days? So I look forward to having an interesting fair. And so thank you once again, and I wish you a successful fair. God bless you.
Thank you very much, sir. Welcome back from the short commercial break. So if your phone is with you, please let's begin. *134*. But before I say, it seems the school is also interested in this innovative program. So I think by next year when you come, you are going to showcase on robots. And I think the school will help us, and Professor Sheila will also help us. So by next year, please, we hope to see robots around, sitting with us, everything so. So let's hope for the So are you ready? 02681. Please, I'll come back with the rest. Please, let's give it up with. Common credit they can't buy. Please, let's welcome Mr. Michael Agbeko to give us something small to this man.
Thank you very much. We thank the organizers for this wonderful program. I would like to talk on some of the job options in the IT world. But before I go on, I would like to see how many of you are IT students who are pursuing IT courses. Let me see the hands up. Okay. And how many are doing business administration courses? Let me see the hands up. Okay. And how many are doing other related courses? Please, what course are you doing? Nursing. And then I saw your hands up. What course are you doing? Actuarial science. Okay. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a brief description about the career options available to the IT student and try to relate it to the business administration courses. Now, for the IT student, we have quite a number of areas you can look at after your first degree if you want to continue with IT as your career. We have security and forensic. That is one. You can also look at what I know the main speaker will talk on Internet of Things. We have big data analysis. We have web technologies. We have artificial intelligence. We have systems and software engineering. We have human-computer interaction. We have data mining and databases. We have big data analysis. So these are various areas that are available. Now the question is, how do you get there? At the first degree level, whatever you are doing here is at the basis. Just at the basis. Now, to get there, you must do a lot of hard work. You must read and you must practice. For example, Professor Shina talked about robotics. And robotics is more of artificial intelligence. So, and that is where we are heading towards. We are heading towards the 5th generational computers, which is artificial intelligence computers, robots. So the time is coming where at our various places of work, and even at home, we'll be having robots doing much of the work for us. The time is coming when you enter the classroom, you will not see a teacher, a human teacher, like the way I'm a human being, fresh and brown, teaching. But you see robots explaining concepts on projectors for you. And for you to get there, like I was saying, you need to do a lot of hard work. I've been seeing that time. So for robotics, you need to master your system softwares, programming languages like C++, because that is the rare history. Language that you need to master the robot this thing. When we are moving to I'm seeing that the time is up. If you want more details, we can talk after the program. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. But me, I don't robot, I want a hologram so that I can pass through the lecture then. Yes, that one. Please, I've been signal that item 13 is also around, so if you go buy your home, so please sit and enjoy the item 13. I continue. 026-831-24698. I'm starting. 026-831-24698-8218. You got it. It's not to I want to. Please let me get up for you. It's fast. I welcome Mr. Bill Sapon to welcome our own man, Duncan. So Mr. Bill Sapon, please. He's the organizer for the Braintech group. Not by my name. See me if you want 10 seconds.
Hello, good afternoon. I hope we are all enjoying our time over here. So the next on the program is our own alumni of Pentecost University, and he's a computer programmer, so if you need any help from that aspect, he's always around for you. He's also an innovational thinker, and he's a visionary. So without further ado, let's welcome Mr. Duncan Wood. Please give a round of applause for him.
I have very soft voice, so you really have to pay attention, else you won't hear anything. You can't. I have a very soft voice, so if you don't really pay attention, you might not hear anything. But I also want you to pay attention. That's why I am intentionally speaking like this. I have a soft voice. Yes, but it's true, you know it. At all. But I was always sitting in front sometimes. Okay, I thank you so much. I want to thank the organizers for this program. Like, they have really done well. This is something I've been expecting a long time. And so I am happy. Yeah, someone has raised it. And so I am happy it has been done. I also want to show appreciation to some people who have been on my heart for a very long time now. So I want to just take this moment to say thank you to Iceman. Iceman. I know it's a bit this thing, but I'm saying thank you so much. And then also someone who always on my neck, aside Mr. Boabeng, someone who was always on my neck, Mr. Totime, but he's not around. He's not around. Mr. Totime. He's a very good man, my father. And then another person who has left Pentecost University College for a very long time, Madam Esther Eva Shani. Yes. Please give it up for this woman. She was an Indian, a very good woman. I think during my time she invited me to come over for Innovest at Blue Crest. Yes. I also thank her so much. I want to thank one of the lecturers who came not too long ago, but was always on our necks. You know him? You know him? Okay. So, would you like to introduce yourself? What's the name? Exactly. You come with that. I will continue. Very, always on our necks. Always on our necks. As an Indian student, always on our necks. And I want to thank all of them. I want to begin my message, but I'm going to say something. I was supposed to present, on IT, strictly IT. But something happened. It wasn't planned. It just happened. It has happened. But I'm glad it happened that way, because I'm going to take that opportunity to speak to you from that level. I have realized not all of us are IT students. Right? Just a few are IT students. So I will speak from that level. And then the other people, Internet of Things, and the other guys who are really deep into this stuff can take it up from there. So I will want to stress on what yes, I know. Yes, Madam, yes, I want to stress on what she said. Yeah, she said she was talking about how culture must move with technology. It's very much important. I just want to say something here and I'll move to why I'm here. It's very much, very much important. Why is it important? I am an Ashanti. We have a culture. You are Ewe, you have a culture. But there should be this underlying equilibrium when it comes to values. And that values is what we must base on to build technology. Technology must strive. It should depend on ethics. But you see, if I am looking for power, and you are looking for power, then we want to come together and use technology to build atomic bombs, which will not help me in any way. Because if we have lost that track of making sure culture must move with technology and technology must move with culture, then there's always going to be a clash. Technology is helping, it really is. But in the future, it can also get very scary. Very scary. But if we can all come back to that point where we know that our values teaches us, our conscience teaches us the good things, not to strive for power, not to be in competition, then we want to come up with things that would help us all to get to where we need to get to. And that is what I am hoping for in the days ahead, in the years ahead, that our cultural values will drive technology and not making us fight. Russia come up with this, US come up with this, South Korea is coming up with something, Israel is coming up with something, India is coming up with something. Everybody has something. All because we have lost touch of our cultural ethics. And so technology is good, but in a way, it's not good at all. So I will start with my presentation. Why am I here? I think I'm going to talk about it. Please let's move to the next slide. So I will start with level 100. This is an advice. In as much as you may be good at coding, you may be good at everything, trust me, you need advice. You need it. You really need it. No matter how good you are, trust me, you need it. You need it. The world's biggest hackers all over, they all messed up just because of attitude. All of them, they messed up just because of some few things. This man from Apple, what's his name? Who died? Steve Jobs. On point, serious with everything, very serious. But if you should really read his biography, his story, trust me, you may not like it. It's just a simple truth of it, and I'm being honest. I'm not trying to dwell on those things. I have acknowledged the fact that he was a great inventor, very great. But if you should look at the track, it's not the best. And level 100 was my moment of discovery. I had 17 in my WASI. Like today, I'm going to be very open with you and really advise you from a good point so that you know what you are doing. Really, like you know what you are doing. So I have 17 in my WASI. I was school prefect when I was in St. Thomas Aquinas. Very brilliant. I wanted to do medical science. Very brilliant. Not too brilliant, but I was brilliant. Yeah, I was brilliant. If you are not brilliant, you can't become school PO. You can't. I was brilliant, but not too brilliant. Then, along the line, we came to Pentecost University College. Before I got admitted over here, we came for an educational summit over here. So I just felt I might end up coming here, but I never knew it could come to pass. So well, it came to pass. And when I got here, I thank people like Mr. Yakuma, Dr. Yakuma, I'm sorry, there is now Dr. Yes, anyway, Dr. Charles, or Professor Charles. Please, I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry, I just remembered. Yes, Dr. Yakuma. All of you know he is good at programming, am I right? It's just the truth. Yes. So Dr. Yakuma took us through programming. Very solid man, very sharp man. Mr. I'm sorry if I know the academic, I don't know. Mr. Timothy Ade, who also took us through IT fundamentals and stuff. Very solid man, always giving advice. Mr. Yakuma always giving advice. And Dr. Philip, is he a doctor? Mr. Philip. Yes. He was also always on our necks. Now when I came, I knew some people already here. ACN, Patrick, Mela, and some other people. Swansea, Gideon, they were all the serious progress on campus. I had heard about programming, but I didn't know anything about it. So I thought, maybe programming is the organized program they like. IT people come and talk. That was the honesty. That was the main idea. And then I like programs. So I'm like, yeah, maybe programming is the organized program, then we come and maybe sing or dance and we go. It's part of IT something, like we are doing right now. That's what I had, the knowledge of programming. So ACN, Patrick, Gideon Ajekun, he had first class. Always talking programming. I'm like, what is this program everybody's talking about? So I was at Safo in 13 and I left and then to go and look for Swansea, Jonathan Swansea, IT student, very good. I went there and every time I go there, he's looking steadily into his laptop all the time. And I didn't know he was doing IT. So one day I asked Isian was an IT guy. I asked him, Isian, so what is Swansea always doing? Every day he's looking into his laptop. He said he's coding. That's programming. I said, this is the program you've been talking about. Looking into the laptop. So I sat by him, and by then he was coding in Visual Basic. He was coding in Visual Basic. Very good at Visual Basic. He was coding in Visual Basic. And I just watched him. He won't talk with you. You talk with him, he will snore you. You try to play with him, he doesn't have time for all of that. He's just coding, typing numbers and stuff. So I said, okay, fine, no problem. Then I told him to show me some, just a quick, this thing about VB. You know VB, you can code it such that it will be talking back to you. You type something, then it replies, you type something, then it replies, you type something, then it replies. Like, you know the response already. So he did the same thing for me. And I was like, hey, this guy is very good. He has automatically created like a robot. Because the computer is talking to me. When I say something, it talks about. Not knowing, he had already created all those responses behind somewhere. I didn't know. And I was happy. So I decided, I told him to teach me, but he was a little busy. He was not really ready to teach because he was busy. So each time I realized Mr. Timothy was always talking about programming. Always talking about programming. Then I started to look for it myself. I got in touch with PowerPoint. All this happened level 100 first semester. PowerPoint. I use PowerPoint, it helps me, my laptop is not here. I use PowerPoint to create laptop and to create websites from scratch to up. PowerPoint. Then I showed it to Mr. Timothy to have a look. He was like, what have you done? Because you don't use PowerPoint to create websites. I never knew, but I had created it. And this, I'm talking about sleepless nights. Sleepless nights. Just hyperlinking. You click. You see in PowerPoint you can do all that. You click, then it takes you here. I did all of that. Did contact about us. Everything I did some. All the animations. Everything I did some. I was happy. Very happy. And you know what? The reason why I was very happy, I realized you could save PowerPoint in that extension. Have you used it before? You should try it. It's so nice. You'll be happy. I used it, I saved it, I opened it with Internet Explorer. It was working fine. So I was very happy. But when I showed it to him, then I realized, no, I'm wrong. It's good you have laughed. Thank you. I realized I am wrong. Because he is talking about W3 schools. That was the first time I heard W3 schools. I'm giving you nuggets. I may not mention go and learn from W3 schools, but I am indirectly telling you to go and learn from W3 schools. So he mentioned W3 schools. I said, okay, I'll give you a try. Then he started mentioning HTML. And he started mentioning CSS. and backend. All those things, they were gibberish. I wasn't here. I was just happy with the PowerPoint, up and down, showing it to people, PowerPoint. I had done nothing. So when we started with Mr. Philip on video, that was when he started to talk about all of this stuff. Now, we were bored. Why were we bored? Because you see, Mr. Philip will give pressure. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to come to our level and be very honest. We were bored because Mr. Philip will give pressure. And if he comes and it's not done, the whole case altogether. Am I lying? Good. So some people who already knew some of these things, like Bobby, I respect that guy till now. Bobby was a good programmer. Hands down, good programmer. Some of these people who knew some of this stuff, always, they were ahead. And some of us were bored because Mr. Philip will give pressure and you won't find your way out. So we decided to learn the thing on our own. We went to the military schools. We got books. I'm still giving nuggets. I won't tell you to read books. I just said something. We got books. All the knowledge you need about programming is in books. Videos will fast track it. I don't follow it. It's in books. Who have heard this book? If you really read, you should know it. First hand. Who has heard it? It's written by people. Okay, let me say first head. If I say first head, it makes sense. That means most of you don't read. Who knows John Docket? The IT guys. Wow. So all the knowledge is in books. All the knowledge you need. First head by O'Reilly Studios. O'Reilly, right? They really taught me how to learn. And I was spending almost 3 hours all the time. And it's so unfortunate you can't learn these things in the morning. Always at night. Always in the night. That's where you can really think when it comes to programming or learning scripting languages. So level 100 was my moment of discovery. I have cut it short. Level 100 was my moment of discovery. All the ups, all the downs, trying to know it, going from here, asking this. It all started in level 100. Let's move to level 200. By level 100 second semester, there was this guy whom I'm still in contact with. Debo. Not all of you will know him, but some of the lecturers will know him. Debo Falodi. And Dr. Charles, do you remember him? Debo? Yes. Very smart guy. He also had first class. Very smart. I think during his project work, because I was so enthused about programming, I wasn't going home. And some of the lecturers were away. Each time we go on vacation, you see me around. All because I wanted to learn it. I really wanted to learn it. And luckily, preparation will always meet what? Opportunities. So, Debo was supposed to create something in connection to Ghana Football Association, where referees don't have to write a whole lot of stuff, but then they record everything that they have done, and then you just submit it on your phone or on laptop. I wasn't new to PHP or anything. I really knew CSS, HTML, and jQuery. That was where everything started. So he had to come because he had heard I had become a little bit good. Let's bless people. So I was just helping people out. Just helping. Just doing it. I never took mercy. Listen very well. Just helping people. It was my passion. Just helping people. Let's just do it. Go to the next slide. So in level 200, I started to bless people. A lot of people. Emmanuel Esimiku, who was handling the school's website, if he was here, he would have said it. A whole lot of things. Blessing people underground. Just doing all of this underground. Nobody knew it. Just doing it. Solving people's issues. Solving problems in churches. Making websites for people. Nothing. I never took anything. Just blessing people what I know. So level 300, I decided that, okay, fine. I am blessing people now. Let's build. So I decided to do everything. I'm sure a lot of people know about everything. Now, that is where the 4 came from. but it's so hurting that I can't really talk about it. That is where the hurt came from. That was where we broke down. That was where I broke down. Why did I break down? One thing, IT people have visions. But if you do not have the right people to work with, to carry the vision, you are dead. I'm advising you as a brother, as someone who has worked. Take the advice, you'll be fine. You may know a lot of things, but the people you decide to do it with, the people you decide to share it with, the people you decide to tell them all the good things you know is key to sustaining what you know. It's not everything that you are able to do you share. Sometimes you lay back and scheme and scan the right people you can share it with, so that those people can push you up with their vision, so it can still bless people. So we started with WebT, very good. WebT. Now I came up with an idea, very good, just to regulate on campus. The idea never got to be my own. Some people rather enjoyed the idea, and my name was not mentioned in it even one. Listen, some people enjoyed my toils. My name was not mentioned in it one. That Duncan drew the backend, Duncan drew the processes, Duncan drew the design analysis, Duncan told us to use this language, Duncan brought the idea, Duncan actually coded 50%, 75% or something. No. They just enjoyed it. Like that, just like that. Everything, just like that. I even found resource personnel for them to learn. Now they went for competition, they won so good. Why am I saying all this? Learn sense in life. As an IT person, you have to be very, very sensitive and discerning. You may have a lot of ideas. Look for someone who is like you, someone who can share it with, build it, and do it together. Let's go to the next slide. Okay, I've talked about this. Let's go. Okay, lessons. Rebuild or not. Let's go. So the problem with IT students, one, pride. Some of you will hate me by default. Pride. You know little, you want to bluff your lectures. You know little, just little, you want to bluff your lectures. I have done some before. I wouldn't want to exclude myself. You know very little, you want to bluff yourself. You started to work somewhere, you want to bluff. Unnecessary bluffing. You got something small that become like this. IT students. That's the problem with IT students. You got me. Maybe somewhere is dead, but here I have experience that it's pride. And two, haste. In a hurry, in a hurry to share with someone what you have done or what you know. In a hurry, you take your time to build what you are building. Get people who will help you to build it. You are just in a hurry. You will crash. You will crash. Take your time. Did you know that the brain behind Microsoft actually is from a black man? Did you know? You don't know. Another problem is we think we know everything. IT students. I actually experienced it when I started to work. We are always thinking we know everything. The lecturer is teaching something, you know, say he is passing somewhere, it's no good. And you want to prove he's actually passing somewhere and it's no good. What will you get? What will you know that? And when we close from lectures, we go and stand somewhere, this lecturer was saying this and it wasn't the right way. Like, what do you do when you do that? What do you get? I'm going on. In a hurry to share your frontiers, I've talked about it. Procrastination, the problem with IT students is busy. Procrastination. Always procrastinating. It's the thief of time. What have you done for your school at this time? Go to Ashes. What have you done for your school? Don't always be blaming academics. Don't be blaming them. What have you done so far? Because all the technologies are around, you can create them. It will happen right now. Whom are you waiting for, Mr. Charles, Dr. Charles? Him. Do it, and let's follow you. Ungratefulness, IT students. Daniel will teach Kofi something. Will teach this guy something. That is the end of this guy. This guy will never look for Daniel to say thank you. No, IT students, our problem. Let's go. I'm almost done. What we need to know, what we need to do, start with the end in mind. Start with the end in mind. It should always encourage you. What you really want to do, what you really stand for, should always encourage you. Personal change and assessment. Assess yourself. Carry the vision. Think about it. Sleep on it. Bath with it. Start to talk about it to the right people. Let them help you. Don't keep it to yourself. Look for them. Let them help you. Look around your campuses. Find a problem and fix. Cause a change where you are. Give back what you know. When you have it, give it back. Give it back. When I started working, I have helped a lot of people to also work somewhere. A lot of them. And there's an opportunity that when I'm done, I'll just talk about it. What have you done for your school? Talk about it. What the future holds, virtual reality, artificial intelligence, web RTC, mobile application languages, video hacking, data is very important. Data is very important. Facebook just had a problem with data. Security is very important. I don't want to lose my information anyhow. So when we are growing up and we are maturing in our fields, we should look for the fields that in the future would really hold. Security, very important. Now it holds, but in the future it would really hold. Very important. No one wants to joke with his information. Web RTC, which deals with video conferencing, all this stuff, which is still happening, but would really increase with virtual reality and augmented reality. I don't know if you know about augmented. It is also happening right now as we are speaking. Countries to consider: China, India, USA, Dubai, Russia. If you want to stay in Africa, go to South Africa. As easy as that. I'm ending with everything. Humility is the cost and learning of the process. Humility is the cost and process of learning. I learned it from John C. Maxwell, from his book, Sometimes You Win, Sometimes You Lose. You want to learn everything in life. You want to know something in life. Be humble. Are we okay? You want to know everything in life. You want to learn something. In the process of learning it, the cost to pay, the price associated with it, is to be humble. When you're humble and you open your arms, when your fist is always like this, when you're always like this, can something drop in your hand? No. Can something leave your hand? No. But if you can kill your pride enough and you open like this, some will go, some can still come inside, others will still stay. I wish you all the best. I want you to learn so hard. Just be good. Okay, so quick 10 seconds. DL&D. There are 3,000 scholarships to study in China. Yes. So anyone who is interested, full scholarship available, partial scholarship available, all depending on the grades you have now. It's full scholarship, half scholarship. When you want to study in China, you don't spend more than $800. It is even less than 5,000 Ghana cedis. So this opportunity is open. If you want to study in China, you can see Carlos. I'll give you my number. Take it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Duncan. We all need advice. we all need, even Shatawale conference. So I'm sure you will need it. Big crowd and please, not wasting much time. I call on Sir Kule to give us spoken word, a short spoken word. So please let him know for Sir Kule.
Thank you very much. So I wasn't sure of what to present for today, and I think this inspirational piece will help. So I want us to relax and give a listen. I call it Start Right. We are going somewhere. We may have started so slow, but it doesn't matter how low, but we know we are going somewhere. So many people are moving so fast in the wrong direction. So many people are moving so slow in the right direction. But whether fast or slow, only God knows. For the end justifies the means. The distance between Egypt and Canaan is 614 kilometers. But it took Moses and the Israelites 40 years to complete this journey. On average, they were walking 43 meters every day. Almost half of what you see Moses was doing in 5 seconds. So sometimes I wish Moses was alive to explain the reason for this laziness. But then I realized they were walking according to God's time, according to God's pace, in God's plan. So if you have the opportunity to start all over again, you better start right. Do you ever feel like you are running in a race and you're running so faster than ever before, except that you still remain in the last place? And no matter how hard you try to run faster, the farther away everyone seems. It's like watching Aite Powers recover from a big blow. With great joy we came to school, first year in college, lots of pleasure, lots of pressure, in the midst of which some said treasure, more sleepless work, yet we wake up every other minute feeling so tired. More sleepless work, yet we wake up every other minute feeling so tired. More sleepless work, yet we wake up every other minute feeling so tired. Suddenly we look back after 4 years, and the posters say the end 45040 hours of these 4 years, like 4 hours of a movie passing by at the snap of a finger. 45040 hours of these 4 years passing by at the snap of a finger. Stepping out into a new life, one faces oneself. Some consider everything a race and chase after them all. Some start slow, some start fast. But if you have the opportunity to start all over again, you better start right. Thank you.
Please, let's give it up for him once again. Okay, so I'd like to invite our next second presentation actually, and I'd like you to get to know the person we are about to hear. So I'm quickly going to give a brief presentation about the person we're going to hear. So Joshua Opoku Ajiman is an alumni of Ghana Indian Kofi Annan Center of Excellence in ICT. He is a computer programmer, an entrepreneur, a visionary. He is the founder of Personet Limited, CEO of Pest Foods Limited, and co-founder and president of Internet of Things Network Hub. IoT Network Hub is a community in Ghana at the Ghana Indian Kofi Annan Center of Excellence in ICT. It focuses on capacity building, problem solving, project demonstration, and building up innovative solutions. Joshua has 5 businesses at the moment, and there are more on the pipeline. Recently, He was awarded as one of the top 30 entrepreneurs from 5,000 by the African Entrepreneurship Awards. Ladies and gentlemen, please let's give it up for Joshua Opoku Ajiman.
Good evening to you all. I think it's past 4. I'm Joshua Opoku Ajiman. Our previous speakers have said a lot and they've inspired us a lot. So I also had a feeling to inspire you before I started my presentation. I was born in a village and I spent most of my life, 18 years in the village, where there was no electricity. So my first computer that I started using, we were powered with a generator. So I learned how to fix it and fix friends' machines for them. So when I was like 15 years, I started making money from fixing computers. My family weren't so rich enough, so I couldn't go to university. But the passion that I have for ICT, I never gave up on it. I pursued after secondary school, came to Accra 2012, took a course at Kofi Annan, and afterwards I started my business. So before I go into my presentation, I want to encourage you all that while you are here, you have an opportunity to have all the lectures to your disposal. You just have to start thinking about what you want to do with your life, come up with a solution, and once you're building, your lectures are there to mentor you build it into startups. I have passion for entrepreneurship because, as you can see, unemployment in Africa or Ghana is skyrocketing, and in the next years to come, it's going to be serious. Looking at the rise of IoT, robotics, and artificial intelligence. So I encourage you all to also pursue, discover what you want to do with your life whilst you're here. This is the time. And once you find it, you keep on working on it. It's going to be difficult. Compare added academics to what you want to do with your life, but that's the price you have to pay if you really want to succeed. I sleep 4 hours every day. I spend all my life coding. So a few months ago, I applied for African Entrepreneurship Award, and currently I'm running all my business from my bedroom, so I don't have office. You just have to use your mind. That's what matters. So I started in my bedroom, applied for award, passed through round 1, round 2, round 3 to round 4. I couldn't make it to final because they were looking for top 10 or 5,000 across Africa continent. They said my solution is not matured enough because it was just an idea in my head. So that's how powerful innovation or creativity could go. They fly all the way from Morocco to meet me here and present my certificates to me. So I have a picture here on the pen drive you can project for them to see. On the pen drive. So they came to meet me just last week Friday. They came to present my certificate for recognition for being part of the 1% entrepreneurs in Africa. And the certificate is also the next picture. So that was the certificate. So even though I didn't qualify to find out, this achievement in my bedroom has opened so many opportunities in Ghana for me. Now, I posted this on Twitter and on my LinkedIn profile, and businessmen investors are chasing me because of this achievement, and they're happy in my bedroom. So if you are in the campus, you have so many opportunities, you have so many exposure, so many problems around. Just start thinking about what to do with your life. Or if you have a student project you're pursuing, you have to also be thinking about what next after school. You don't have to leave the project to the school. You should be able to build into business to create more employment for Ghana. Now I'll go into my presentation. As I said, entrepreneur, a serial entrepreneur. So what it means to be a serial entrepreneur is you come up with innovative ideas and build them into startups. So I like thinking and solving problems. So I keep on coming with new ideas, and when I have it, I try to experiment it. I built it, I tried the market and see if there's a need. If there's a need, then I pursue it. If there's no need, I abandon it into the next one. So that's how far innovation could go. So I co-founded this when I was 19 at Kofi Annan, right when I was school. The course took 9 months to complete. So getting the early stage of the course, I met my co-founder who also did networking and I did programming, so we thought of starting something. So as 19 years I started this, and as of now, I'm able to have 5 more businesses that are running currently, and I have more to the pipeline. These are my social media handles. I've been sharing my stories on Facebook, so if you want to know much about me, you can still follow me there. Okay, so Personal is a tech company that I founded when I was 19, and our vision then was to build a tech company, because by then I could build a website and an app, not even a mobile app. The basic skills that we were taught in school, I started something with it. So my partner who lay cables, install CCTV cameras, that could build website. That's how we started. In 5 years now, we are no more doing websites and CCTV camera. We are doing robotics, Internet of Things, and artificial intelligence. Yes. So IoT Network Hub. 2 years ago, Kofiana used to host Innovation Week. I don't know if any of you have heard about Innovation Week or iWeek every year. So part of what they did 2 years ago was to do some simple application of IoT. So the moderator is to set up a gas sensor, program it with Arduino, and then set fire. And the device was able to send the data and display on the screen. That alone was amazing. So we saw a big opportunity in the industry. I had no idea back then what it was, but after that conference, I went to read more, research more, and I saw the greater opportunity that is the next big thing, is the future. The way the internet came to take over businesses and our lives, the same way IoT is coming to also take over our lives and our businesses. So it's the new tech we have to follow now. So our community is comprised of all expertise, from programming, engineering, business, agri. So whichever industry you are, that's the beauty of IoT. It's not restricted to only tech. It's applying technology in all the fields. So you can have IoT in the healthcare, IoT in agriculture, IoT in the homes, IoT everywhere. So it brings all skills sets together. So I'm going to the IoT. IoT is a collection of ideas, devices, sensors, communicating, collecting data. So if you heard about driverless car, robotics, drones, flying taxi, smart...
Is there supposed to be an internet connection? And if yes, talking about the smart house, just recently a research was being conducted and realized that even those of we the IT guys who uses laptop with internet connection, we are more like prone to this low sperm count. And I'd like to know, with the smart house, if there is internet connection, we're talking about the radiation that will be moving in and out. Is there going to be a measure to reduce the radiation that will be occurring, because there will be a lot of side effects that will be on us?
I think this question goes beyond technology. I think it's more health. But for the first one, yes, you need internet connection. And that's why it's called Internet of Things, connecting everything to the internet. So internet is the core of IoT. Without internet, there's no IoT. With the other one, I don't know much of that. I really don't know much. But I think, yeah, if there's a side effect to all these technologies, there will be guidelines or standards to go by them. Our phones also have some side effects, right? But we still use it. So there will be side effects in everything we do, but there will also be some ways to minimize the consequence or the effects. That's what I guess.
This person doesn't want his idea to be too much exposed. How can you ensure the confidentiality of the research activity?
That's an interesting question. When I started the community, my vice president, that was the concern we had. Anytime we organize or we meet up, we tell members to come and share their ideas, but they feel like it will be stolen. But one thing about ideas is it's not only in your head. So if you share it, people now get to know that this is your idea. So if you keep it to yourself, it could happen that it's already out there, but I don't know, and someone knows, or somebody's also doing it, and maybe there's a way you can partner to solve it. So I will encourage people to share ideas. I like sharing mine. Even all my ideas that I have in my head, I share. And one thing about ideas, be innovative and creative. You don't have to be scared about sharing your ideas, because what I tell you today, the next month, the idea keep growing. It's not going to be what I told you some years back or some months back. So that's why the person who has the idea has to be innovative. There's also another way to protect it. You have to patent it. If you think it's unique and it's an invention, you have to legally protect it. You don't have to share almost everything with anybody, but at least you can share the problem you're trying to solve and how you're trying to solve it. But you can't go much into details if you think it's an invention until you have protection. That's what I can say.
Thank you very much. But for me, I would say, I learned something from Duncan. He says ungratefulness. So such, what the guy said, are you going to also give him, let's say, a reference that so and so brought this idea on your platform or your...
Okay, so what we do in the community, for the first 2 years we were building capacity. So I've been to campuses, I've been to Maritime, Lancaster, and Regent University, and I'm here too. So far I've been to 4 campuses, and what I tell them is, join the community and then bring your idea on board. When you bring your idea on board, me as a person, I'll make sure your idea is protected and it belongs to you. So those who are members know that this thing has been working. So when you bring your idea on board and you discuss or present to the community, then we feel like this idea is great. You need this kind of skill set to build it. And if you agree to that, we put up a team for you. So you can be the lead or you can be behind and watch. So, but at the end of the day, it's still your idea. You have to decide who should join and who not should join and what you're going to give to them. Every member in the community owns their own idea. These projects, all the projects here were all my ideas. But as I said, I have so many ideas, so I don't mind sharing. And when it goes into business, I won't have time to run them too, because I have to be thinking about more ideas. So it's good if you share. It's very good. And I also want to know those who would like to join the community. If you want to join a community, I think one of your students is a member. You can reach out to Peace. Peace is a member. And she had to reach out to me from there. You're also a member, right? Yeah. So we have a couple of students here. You can just get in touch. We will share the link with you so that we can all change the world together.
Thank you very much. Please give it up for him once again. Thank you. Thank you. I have one more package with me. So let's see the fastest finger amongst us. Who is ready? Any network. Star 134 star. Any network. Any network. Are you ready? Are we ready? Just wait for anyone though. Are you ready? Okay. 2, 3. 2. I'm sorry, please. 1 minute. You say you're ready, please. You have to also wait for me. I also need credit. Okay, are you ready? Ready? 2, 3, 3, 5, 5, 2, 0, 0, 4, 1, 2, 7. Who are they? Who are they? Who are they? Who? Once again. Ready? 2, 3, 3, 5, 5, 2, 0, 0, 4, 1, 2, 7. Who had it? No one. No one. No? That's my number. I also send me credit. Why? That's my number. I also need credit. That's my number. I also send me credit, please. Why is please another one. This is for Vodafone users. Are you ready? Ready? Vodafone users, are you ready? 8, 6, 7, 9, 2, 7, 6, 2, 4, 9, 2, 5, 0, 4. Who had it? Who? You. Let's give it up for Rodney. 5 CDs credits free. Please, I beg, be much more grateful and also WhatsApp me or call this up, please. Unless you have one more presentation, then we are off. So please, let's go on the Youth Advocates Ghana. They have 2 minutes, just 2 minutes. So please, the Youth Advocates Ghana. Youth Advocates Ghana. Please just to the time. So thank you very much, MC, and also RAS for the opportunity. I think I will use less than 2 minutes. My name is Clifford, and I work with Youth Advocate Ghana. I really love the presentation from Boss. And then the last part was you don't really fear to share, because the more you share, the more you are able to get more ideas, and I believe that as well. So basically I'm here to talk about the SDGs. SDGs are Sustainable Development Goals. They are 17 in number, which was adopted in 2015 by world leaders. I'm not quite sure if many of you have heard of it before, but they represent our own future. So when we talk about poverty, climate change, and all these things, they have been well captured in the Sustainable Development Goals that you and I have to work into it and achieve it by 2030. So apart from this, we have been working around the SDGs in Ghana and across Africa with other youth-led organizations. And that, if you see me wearing this shirt, this is the logo of the SDGs, actually having all the 17 goals in them. And we have put together what we call the African Youth SDG Summit. So purposely what we do is that we bring together youth-led organizations and other young people, youth activists, and youth innovators who are doing fantastic work like this. And this one that I just saw falls under SDG 9, innovation. And so the summit is happening on the 7th to 9th November at the Accra International Conference Center. I came with my colleague Marcelin from Ideas for Africa. He's a participant and he's already in Ghana. He's from Benin and by state in Cameroon, right? Yes, so we have a lot of young people coming, and we are very proud that through RAS, we want to invite students from Pentecost University to also be part of this kind of program, to also network, know what the SDGs really represent and how they can be part of its implementation and solution. I will end here, but I will say that if you've not heard about the SDGs before, just open Google and type Sustainable Development Goals. Learn about it and know what it represents so that we can all be part of the solution. So by 2030, we can have a world that is more better than now what we have now. You want to clap? Thank you. Thank you very much. SDGs. HOD Dr. Imamu, please. Two, three. For the citation.
We have a citation to be read and presented to the IOU. I have to invite you to come so that we present this citation to him. It reads, this citation is presented to appreciate Joshua Opoku Agyemang, the president of Internet of Things Network Hub, for his outstanding participation and presentation in the first edition of Innovation Fair. On behalf of Pentecost University College, RASSAM Initiative and Braintech Association says, Aiko.
I have to show gratitude to that. So, thank you very much for this award. And I'm very excited. Last 2 months, I won an award under SDG. So it was a hackathon. And within 24 hours, we were locked in a room to think and come up with an innovation solution to address SDG using open data. So my team won it, and our solution was to recycle agricultural waste into energy, feeds, and fertilizer. And it addresses 8 of the SDG goals that was mentioned out of 17. And then last week, or last month, I also had a certificate from African Entrepreneurship Award. And this month, 2nd November, so thank you very much. And I think I'm motivated and going to do more. So next year, I'm hoping to see more than what we have here.
Since Mr. Joshua is very emotional, please don't cry. Don't cry. Please, the second award, let's welcome Madam or Professor Shi. Professor Shi to present the second presentation. Aula.
I am grateful to present this award. Instead of the concerned person, we both are acting. This citation is presented to appreciate Tankan Oda for his outstanding participation and presentation in the first edition of Innovation Fair. On behalf of Pentecost University College, RASSAM, Initiate and Braintech Association says, are you go? Thank you so much.
All right, then the program is happening. So we call on, let's please each one to give us the closing prayer. Please each one.
Okay, good evening.
And a vote of thanks.
Good evening, everybody. I hope you've all enjoyed yourself. Okay, I want to thank all of you. Because of you guys, this program has been a success. Thank you to Dr. Charles, Professor Sheila. Oh, Joshua, thank you very much. I've actually been talking to you for over a month now. This is the first time you have seen my face. Thank you for coming. Thank you to our media team. Thank you to RASSAM Initiative for having us on board on this program. Thank you to all Braintech executives that made this program a success, and you all, without this program. Can we stand up for a little prayer? So there we go, so we have to end it. Our Father, King of Glory, we thank you for the success of today. Thank you for the success of this program. Thank you that the aim of this program was achieved. Father, Lord, the ideas and the initiatives we heard today, Father, let it not just end there, but give us the grace and the capability to put them into practice. For in Jesus' name I pray, amen. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
I'm Isaac Royalston Dobe, the WBO Super Bantamweight World Champion. Stay tuned to the Cocktail Media, your #1 youth platform. Take care.